Hey guys, so I already did my foundation and my highlight and pretty much all of my face makeup and my eyebrows because those aren't really fun to watch, at least not for me. So I'm just going to do my eyes on camera, but I've already used this shade in the Crease Temp Raw Sienna. So just so you know, that's like what that is. I'm just going to use my Modern Renaissance for my entire look. I'm going to probably do something like Warm Glam, but you know, sometimes I change my mind halfway through. So I'm just going to buff that out with a crease brush. This is from the e.l.f. Oh, this is not e.l.f. This is from the BH Cosmetics eye brush set. I think that I got it with my Taking Back to Brazil palette, but I'm honestly not totally sure if I just ordered this separately. I really like the BH brushes. Like, for their price, they're really good quality, especially when they come with another palette I'm going to buy anyway. I'm like, oh, perfect. Okay, so pay no attention to how dirty my palette is. I totally have used the shit out of it, and so it's just kind of gotten, you know, messy, but whatever. So then I'm going to take the shade Love Letter and put it in my crease here. It doesn't matter if it gets a little bit on the lid because I'm going to probably cut the crease out anyway. So I'm just going to kind of buff that into the same crease area, but I wanted Raw Sienna to be above and like to mix a little bit with it because I think it makes the pigment look a little more boom, you know. So I'm going to go back in with Love Letter on the other eye and just buff it in the same exact way with my BH brush that I did on the other side. Nothing crazy. It's pretty chill, you know. Just going to buff it out. Yay. I'll buff it up a little bit just so it doesn't look as harsh. But I will fix if there's any like extra, you know, like if it's too far buffed up, I can always fix it with some concealer. Right, great. So I think that looks pretty nice. Before I go and cut it out, I'm going to use some Venetian Red in the crease here just to darken it up a little bit because it's a little bit darker than Love Letter, but it's still a nice pink shade. Alright, cool. Looks good. Just buffing it in a bit so it's a little less like, you know, just a tiny little line in the corner. Like you don't want to, if I close my eye, you don't want to be able to see that I didn't blend something out or whatever. Okay, great. So I'm going to close this really quick. And I am going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers. I typically use this at the Tarte Shape Tape for pretty much everything. And I'm just going to take this. I think this is the shade Light 2. It's in vanilla, yeah. So I'm just going to go in with a Morphe angle brush. And I'm just going to kind of carve it out. This is how I typically carve, just because it's very, you know, because it's like the shape of the brush makes it so that it's a little easier to carve, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't use like a rounder brush for this, just because I feel like I can't make the shape as defined. I kind of have hooded eyes, so it's a little bit difficult for me, but it might be really easy for you. It just really depends on the person, how your eyes sit and stuff like that. Okay, so now that I have carved out this side, I am going to do the same thing with the other, just with a little bit more concealer. I'll try to do this quickly so the video isn't super long for you, or maybe I'll just edit it out. We'll have to see. I know I don't want to watch somebody put their makeup on for like 40 minutes, so I don't expect you guys to either. I do a lot of dabbing sometimes when I do this, just because it like makes it a little bit easier. I'm sure you're getting enough concealer like on the area. Right, that looks pretty carved to me. This part is a little bit excess, like up, but that's okay, because I can just fix that with a quick blend. It will not be a very, you know, difficult process or anything. I'm one of those people who has like 25 brushes in their vanity at a time because I like to use them all for like different things. So I don't know where the hell I just put my blending brush. Oh, got it. Never mind. I'm just going to blend right here, the spot that got a little too much. It doesn't really matter if it gets a little bit on your concealer, like where you buff, just not a lot, because you want to be able to cover it with whatever you're going to put on there. So what I think I'm going to use today is, oh, I know what I want to use. I'm going to use one of the Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadows that glitter and glow in the shade Rose Gold Retro, because I absolutely love how it looks. Like it's super easy to apply, and then I don't have to go through the process of putting on glitter glue and then a pigment and like a whole crazy mess. Then in the background is my fish tank, if you're wondering. I need to leave air in it because I have a beta, so I have to have like a couple inches of air, and so it just makes it, you can hear the sound. Make sure you let this dry before you like open your eye and smear it everywhere. Just like, I don't know, like 10 seconds or so. Like I never open my eye right away after without giving it a couple seconds to dry. Alright, cool. I think I did a little more on the other side. Alright, now I'm just going to take this little brush here. This is a Christian Soriano. I don't know what this brush is called, but I use it for, like, in case I get a little bit out of the line, like with my eyeshadow, but I still want to put eyeshadow there. I'm going to go in with Love Letter, right with the same little bigger angle brush, and just kind of blend it right here, just to make sure that I didn't, like, screw up my crease. Because I got a little excess that I didn't really want. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to buff it out with a buffer brush. Alright, nice. So after that, I'm going to go in with this Lorac brush I got in one of my Lorac palettes. And I'm just going to buff this in a little bit because it's a little smaller. So it's better for like a small space buff. This is one of the only brushes, like, or Lorac palettes, the only, like, one of the few palettes I actually keep the brushes out of, just because I really like their, the fact they have the double ends and that they blend really easily. Right, I'm gonna go in on the seam over here with the other side of that Lorac brush, and just go like that. Make sure everything is nice and, you know, in order. I'm gonna go back in with my Stila right here. Make sure it's nice and sharp. Alright, great. So the last step before I will do lashes off of camera, because honestly it's not really that interesting to watch someone put lashes on. I'm going to do my eyeliner. I use the Steve Laurent Precision Tip Liner typically. I got it in my Ipsy the first time and fell in love with it, and I've been using it ever since. But I also really like the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. So there's that. I'm just going to kind of slowly create a line. I don't really want anything crazy for this because the eye look itself, it has a lot going on. So I don't really need like a shit ton of eyeliner or anything. Says me as I'm about to probably fuck this up and end up putting a shit ton of eyeliner on there. Okay. Eyeliner's like not my strong suit, so just so y'all know. Okay, great. I have one line on. You saw me how I did it, so I'm gonna just stop now. But you will see in my pictures that I have both eyes lined. Sorry, I can't talk, and lashes on. So I will be posting them later.